Hello guys, Thomas Daniels coming at you guys. It's a great day here in Kansai. I'm gonna give you this quick, this quick tip on how you can start serving better and holding serve more easier. Remember, I want to say one thing, guys. You need to understand this. The serve is probably one of the most important shots in tennis, and of course, the other is being the return of serve. But make sure that if you can, guys, I would actually try to download this video and replay it a couple of times to make sure, just to reinforce the whole concept of serving, holding serve, and, just to refresh your memory. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep this to about 10 minutes, so let's get into it, guys. Key points for serving. The serve is one of the most important shots in tennis. The other is the return of serve. So work on both in practice until you master them. Get the reps in before, during, and after practice. If you don't have a solid first and second serve yet, you need more reps. All right, so let's talk about this, guys. I just told you one of the most important shots in tennis is the serve. The other being a return to serve. What I find at the junior level is that most of them don't even practice, don't practice it enough. I mean, they should be getting tons of reps. Think about this. This is one of the two, if you want to start really holding serve more easier, guys, you got to get the reps in. And believe it or not, you want to make sure that you can develop a second serve. I'm going to tell you, talk more about that second serve in a minute. But, guys, you have to get the reps in. Ask yourself now, how many reps do you get in on a daily basis? Before, during, or after practice? Okay, guys. First tip, set your own patterns. You should be serving at your own pace all the time, never at your opponent's pace. Develop a pre-service routine and stick with it. Find one that helps you flow into your motion and your action. This is the key. Okay, first tip, guys, set your own patterns. Okay, when you're serving, you should feel like you're in complete control. You start when you're ready. You pace yourself. Okay, you serve on your own terms. This is very important. Serve on your own terms, guys. 2, start when you are mentally ready. Never start your motion until you are mentally ready and have completely recovered from the last point. If you feel nervous at all, step away from the line and breathe deeply for 3 times, then start over again. See, many players have a carryover effect. They allow the last point to affect the one they are playing, which should never happen. Okay, tip 2, guys. Don't start your whole pre-routine until you're mentally ready. If you're not, guys, just step away from the line. A couple of deep breaths, 3 or 4 times. Okay, come back, start your whole routine over again. This is very important. Remember, you want to feel... With the service motion, think about it. So much is about rhythm and action and timing. So if anything feels off, just step away from the line and go back over. And let's talk about the carryover effect. This happens a lot. How many times have you played a point, maybe missed the easy shot, and then turned around and did it again and committed an unforced error during your next point? A tennis term is called a carryover effect. You let that mistake carry over to the next point, which should never happen, guys. Okay? 3, never rush through your motion. You want to be serving in flow and rhythm before and during your motion. Like we just talked about, if you feel any tension in your body, step away from the baseline and breathe it away. Then start your re-service routine over again. You need to feel like you're in control at all times during your service games. This is the key, guys. You got to feel like you're in control. You want to feel like, hey, no doubt about it, guys. And this is what I see happen a lot with adult competitive players and juniors. What they do is when they feel nervous, they want to hurry up and get through the game or through the service or through the point. So they rush things, which is never a good thing, guys. I often tell my players, try to get a good look. And what I mean by that is, take your time. We just said it before. So don't start your pre-service routine until you're ready. And then Get into it and flow. Okay, that's the best way to do it, guys. I mean, you have to go through. The best way to deal with pressure is to show courage and go through it. I'm sorry, there's no either. There's not another way to do it. You just can't. I mean, people try to avoid pressure. I say embrace it, and I think Harry Hopman talked about that. Or one of those great coaches. Pressure is a privilege, and I definitely agree with that. Okay, never try to rush through things or anything like that. Just go with it, guys. Stay with the flow. Okay, last service tips. Get more reps in. You're only as good as your second service while you are under pressure, which means you need more reps. Here's the reality for many of you. You don't get enough reps in during practice. You must develop a solid service game for your matches. Now, here's the thing, guys, and I tell this to players this all the time. You're only as good as your second serve. I mean, I heard that before too from my coach, and I mean, wow. Did it ever make sense? Because I was the guy that would always kind of like, especially when I got tight, I would push in my second serve, and then my opponent would just tee off on it. So I would definitely say, keep that in mind. How good is your second serve? Ask yourself, how good is your second serve? I mean, if it's not where you want it to be, hey, you need more reps. Okay, in summary, accept the double faults while you're going through this learning curve, but never get tight and trust in your training. If you get the reps in, they will help you develop the mechanics. So, have faith in your training and stick with it. The serve is one time during a match that you have complete control, and you never want to waste that opportunity. Follow those tips, and you will be holding serve at will. Now, the first thing, let's talk about double faults. In the beginning, I would say just go for it, guys, because until you get to the point where you really get confidence in your second serve, you're going to have some double faults. And what I did was, guys, I just kept hitting out until the point where I was just nice and loose and relaxed. I just went with it. And again, trust in your training. If you got the reps in, guys, all you really need to do, tennis is a motor sport. I mean, that's muscle memory. So all you need to do is just relax and let it flow. Relax and let it flow. Believe me, it'll come there. Even if you're tight, just do what you got to do. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And another thing too, guys, the breath. I don't hear coaches emphasize that a lot. You want to let your breath be your anchor, especially when you're under pressure. Okay, your breath is your best friend. If you're shallow breathing, guys, you're going to be in trouble. You got to get away from the line. You got to get those deep breaths in there. You got to breathe out the negative energy. You got to inhale the positive energy. And like I said, just show courage and go with it. Okay, guys, and the thing is too is when you're serving, remember this is the one time during a match where you're in complete control. So don't waste it, guys. Do not waste it. Okay. All right. So those are 3 tips, guys, that can definitely help you take your service game to the next level. And and the good thing too, see, then you'll be holding serve more easier, and then you can focus on breaking your opponent. That's really, if you watch the top players, they pretty much they're just locked in on their service games, and then that gives them the confidence to go for more on their returns because they know they're going to hold serve, and they're just going for their returns and trying to get that breaker so they can get the lead, which they usually do. See, this is where you want to play tennis. This is top ranked tennis here. It's holding serve comfortably and then putting a lot of pressure on your opponent on their service game. Okay, hope that helps, and I will be coming at you guys soon with another quick. I guess I'm gonna do these tips. I tried to do a webinar and I just couldn't. After 15 minutes, it stops clicking. But if you have any questions, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube too. Drop in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys soon.